Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. I'm Teri Angel, and I'm here with my darling, amazing friend, ShaRon Ria. Good morning, ShaRon.
Good morning, Terry. Good morning, everyone.
And I'm really here with her.
Yes,
We are
in the next room.
physically in the same location, and it feels so good. When
Yes.
you meet someone that you talk to online, many of us right now, it's just a virtual world. We're all talking over Zoom or FaceTime or whatever and connecting that way. But when you actually sit in person with someone, it's quite a different energy, isn't it, ShaRon?
Absolutely. Having the internet and being able to be virtual is a gift. It really is, because you meet so many people that you wouldn't ordinarily meet. But the in-person energy is just precious. And I'm so grateful that you're here, Terry.
Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you and getting revved up for an event next month. And it's exciting. Next month. And this is the beginning of March. Happy March,
Yes.
everyone.
Happy March.
Plugging right along this year.
Yes.
So normally I do this every Wednesday with Dr. Ruth Anderson, Enlightened World Network. Ruth's taking a break, which I'm so happy about. That lady works hard. And
Yes.
so for her to take a little break and be with family, I think that's amazing. And Ruth, if you're listening to this, we're all so happy that you are doing some self-care.
Yes.
ShaRon, we'll talk about at the end of the show. ShaRon has some exciting stuff going on in regards to self-care.
Yeah.
But right now we're here to meditate. And the way this meditation works, those of you who are familiar will right along with us. And those who maybe it's your first time seeing it, we just go into meditation, and we invite all of you to go into meditation with us. And then we're just going to live it out loud. We're just going to say whatever spirit is showing us, or it might be words, it might be images. Whatever happens. It's beautiful to just be in that free flow state of not having anything patterned, anything already in an agenda form, and just seeing what spirit has. It can be a little not scary. I don't like that word, but it can be a little bit exciting, I think, just to see what spirit brings out. And when Ruth and I first started doing this, ShaRon, I was like, well, what if we don't see anything?
Right. Exactly.
From spirit today. But intention is so powerful. And so let's set the intention before we even start our breathing and going to the connected part of it. The intention that whatever spirit wants all of us to hear today will be there. It'll share. Spirit will share with us whatever needs to come through.
And we'll be open to receive it.
Amen. Yeah. All right. So let's go into our heart with the breath. I love to connect in and just see that beautiful energy that happens when we go into our heart center. And then I'll call in our angels to surround us. And then we'll see what happens from there. So anyone who's participating, thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking a moment for yourself. It's a gift we give ourselves when we give the time to sit with spirit.
Yes.
So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to breathe. So just take a connecting breath in, breathing into your lungs. Sometimes we forget how to breathe. We think that the shallow breathing is breathing. But to really connect, you take a full breath into your lungs, letting that breath expand in your body. Maybe your belly pushes out a little bit from all that air that you brought in there. And then relax it out slowly. This is just relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, getting us ready for whatever comes through. When we breathe in again. And this time, set your intention as you take that breath in to open up to spirit. Feel your crown chakra at the top of your head begin to open. Ask that you be connected through a channel of light with the Creator, however you envision the Creator to be, with your spirit guides, with your angels. And again, relax that breath out. One more deep breath to just totally relax the body, the mind. Release anything that's going on around you. You'll hear noises. You might hear a bird. You might hear traffic outside, whatever it is, just allow and focus on the breath and what you're doing here, what your intention is for being here. And let's call in our angels. I like to call them from their directions. Though I start with the east, the beginnings. Calling in Archangel Raphael, coming in with the healing energy, the energy of air, just like the breath we just took in. You might feel his presence. It might be a warm breeze or a cool breeze. But just see if there's a shift in the energy as Raphael comes in. And then going to the south, Archangel Michael. Michael comes in powerfully because he's the protector, and he is making this a safe space right now for all of us as we sit here or lay or stand. Just feel Michael's guardianship of you. Feel him wrapping a bubble of protective light around you. And Michael brings in the energy of fire. So if there's something you want to release during this meditation time, you can do that. Just let it go. Let that fire consume it. If there's a cord attached to it, you'll cut that cord immediately. From the west, we call in Archangel Gabriel. For some people, respond more to the feminine version of Gabriel, which will be Gabrielle. Just let Gabriel or Gabrielle minister to you with the energy of water, cleansing and clearing and bringing more clarity to our minds. And then finally, we have Archangel Uriel. Uriel of the north, the earth, bringing us some grounding and balancing and centering. So as Uriel comes forward, he'll help us connect. So just do that breathing again, one more breath to see it flowing down into our earth plane, connecting in with the center of the earth. And then bring that centering, balancing energy back up through the bottom of your feet, through your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, and let it anchor into your heart. Love that feeling of just being so centered. So many times we're in a spin, and that can be throwing us off our game if we're not feeling balanced and we're not feeling like we know where we are. So Uriel, thank you, and thank you to all these angels who have surrounded us with love. And thank you to Divine, asking God to oversee this meditation, Master Jesus, Divine Mother, any of the other angels and spirit guides that want to be present to lead us. Thank you. So just relax and see what comes through. That's what I'm hearing from the angels. Just relax. And ShaRon, as I relax, I feel like I'm on a beach somewhere. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but that's the feeling that's coming over me right now.
I saw a roadway, the two lines that put you in the lane, one on top and one on bottom, but I can feel your beach as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we went on a little road trip while the angels were coming in with us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, I love the beach. You know, that's my Zen place where I can just sit and everything goes away except the sound of those waves. Let's visualize those waves right now. Just see them coming into the shore, going back out. It's a rhythm. Hmm. You know, ShaRon, I think of the ocean like a life that's here on Earth. We have ups and downs, like the waves that go way up in the air and crash back down. We have comings
Yes.
and goings. Everything changes. The ocean is in constant change as it moves and flows.
It's a really good metaphor, a really good image about life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't struggle, the ocean, it just glides in and it glides out.
Yeah. You know, I've never thought of it that way, but you're so right. It just allows whatever's going on, whether it's a turbulent energy with the storms that come in, or if it's just a beautiful, bright, sunny day and the ocean's just kind of gracing us with that water coming up on the shore. You know what I just heard, ShaRon, is to think about the tides with the ocean, with any huge body of water, oceans, lakes, rivers. There are tides where the water is there or present than not. And then there's low tides where it just kind of recedes out into the body of water.
Mhm.
So how does that relate to our lives? Do
You know
we?
what I just heard that when it retreats, it's reminding us to retreat and get replenished and to go back into our full body, like our full body of water, the ocean or a lake that's got movement in it, so that when we go back out, we've gathered strength.
I like that.
Because when I remember the beach and sitting and watching the tide, there's some little stronger energy when it's going out to be high tide, but it just kind of is very calm and peaceful when it retreats back, when the low tide is there.
I love that. Thank you. So retreating into ourselves, and that's a good thing, actually. You know, many people think, we're being shy or quiet and not interacting with others, but that's a good thing to do. Not 100% of the time, but like the ocean, it knows when it's time to just be calm or if it's time to be more present. And I've watched those waves come in and crash into the shore. And I've also watched them just gently lap up onto the shore. So I think this is such a great metaphor for our human experience, because there's times when we are loud There's times when we need to be heard or we want to be heard. Ooh, the ocean of our life loved us.
Mhm. And I just saw the effortless reaction to the weather. You know, the ocean or a lake or a river responds when the wind is blowing strong. It responds differently when the sun is shining bright. It glistens and gets quiet when it's nighttime and the moon is out. It just is a continual flow with whatever's going on around it, in it, under it. And there's so much going on under. There's life happening under many bodies of water that we're unaware of until we focus in and realize, oh, and that's similar, I believe, Teri, to us. There's so much going on outside of us. We don't really always flow with the currents and the tides and the weather, and by not giving yourself permission to retreat back in and gather up what's inside and realize there's so much there to explore and uncover.
So ShaRon. You know, I saw something recently about places in the ocean floor that are so deep that a person can't go in there. You know, the divers can't go in. And it takes like a manned vehicle or unmanned vehicle even to go down into that part of the ocean. And the things that they see when they do send something in to explore are just miraculous. And I think it's that way with us. You know, we go into meditation, we see some of what's in us, in our human experience. But I think there's a lot more deep, deep down inside that if we were to just really take that deeper dive, we'd uncover so much beauty, so much that's interesting and exciting and maybe never been seen before in our world. What a great thought to take a really, really deep dive. What's interesting to me too is all of that's down there going on underneath at the bottom of the ocean, but yet we see just the surface, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I keep hearing, be still.
Mhm. Ooh, got chills. Stillness speaks very loudly to us.
Mm-hmm.
Just envision, folks that are listening right now, envision a still lake. I'm going to go there. If you've ever sat by a lake and it doesn't appear to be moving, we know that it is because a body of water is in constant motion. But if it just appears to you, maybe everything's stopped and it's just sitting there in its stillness. Everything gets very quiet when that happens. But sit in the stillness for a moment. See what comes forth. ShaRon, I'm interested to see if you're seeing the same vision I am. And I'm hearing the word peace.
I heard still waters run deep. And I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm feeling more things.
Very clear and very loudly, the word peace. And peace, it can look different for different people. But to me, when I'm in a peaceful state, it's like that water in the lake. It's like no efforts, no tattoos, just being.
And I'm hearing peace, be still. Everything's going to be all right.
Great message. Everything is working perfectly in God's divine plan. I think that's a huge message for all of us. When we don't have the turbulence that we're looking at, we don't have the waves crashing in, but we're looking at that still body of water and feeding off of the energy of it. I just heard another word. I heard trust. Ooh, what a big word.
And I saw like a sailing ship on a the word angry is coming on a large body, an ocean, I suppose. And the sailor who has peace and flows with the water trusts that they will be guided and be okay.
Yes, I can see that. Anytime you put yourself at the mercy of nature, there's a lot of trust involved there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the angels were talking to me last night about trust. And it was such an interesting message that they gave about falling backwards and just knowing that you're going to be caught. You're going to not hit the ground, but you're just going to be taken care of. And as we let go and fall backwards, we know that Spirit has our back. We know that whatever is going on, that when we have that trust factor, everything is working according to God's divine plan, exactly the way it's supposed to. It might not look that way, though. It might look like that turbulent wave that's crashing into the shore. And we think, oh, that's not a good thing, right? This means that there's a lot of energy coming forth, sometimes it feels like angry energy. But we don't see the big picture. We don't see all that's going on, just like we said, so much going on underneath. So if it looks like it's turbulent, it looks like it's daunting to watch the things spin and crash, and we think, oh, this is not good. Pivot to a different thought. Go to, I don't know what this is all about. I don't know why it's happening the way it's happening. But I choose to see it in a different way. I choose to see it as that still lake. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. It's all about perspective, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what I heard was when we struggle to find an answer, or we struggle against the tide, maybe possibly you might be okay, but there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of work. And I think that there is a moment at which we just surrender. And that's the moment when we have opportunity to trust. But I don't know that we connect those two things. And what I'm hearing is connect and recognize when you're struggling and give yourself enough permission to just let go and trust and experiment. Because when you do it once, you have that awareness that the trusting and releasing, you are caught, you are saved, you are supported. But if you don't try it, it's hard to believe it.
It's that saying, you'll see it when you believe it.
Yes.
Yeah. Trust has been so huge for me in my life, my whole life, but especially in the last few years. I've had to just totally fall back and just know that I'm not going to hit the ground, know that everything is working the way that's being guided to work. And anytime I try to take the control, it doesn't turn out well. I try not to do that very much anymore. I'm like, okay, let me just tune in. And it's such a gift that we're given. We all have that gift of being able to go inward and to connect in with our spirit self, our higher self, our guides, our creator. And we have that gift and ability to listen. And when we were sitting just in the stillness a moment ago, when we just sat and listened, I just heard softly that voice come through that said peace. So I encourage anyone that has a moment today, or maybe you'll just take that moment and listen. See what comes through.
I just heard, but I'm bummed.
Yeah, I talk to many people that say, I can't meditate, I can't just sit there and not do anything. And meditation is not about doing. Meditation is receiving. It's a habit that we get into. It's not, for some people, it doesn't happen spontaneously or easily. But boy, the benefits, ShaRon, of connecting in. Wow.
And Teri, I agree with you. And often, well, I don't want to place an often on it. Sometimes my ocean is too rocky for me to sit and find that calm. And then I know that I can find it in different ways. And that for me is meditation. If I'm relaxed and focused or paying attention to the moment, if I take a walk and I listen to the birds, or I watch the springtime trees get their green leaves, or I'm listening to my friend, but really being present and listening, not with my mind thinking about other things. And when I'm washing the dishes, and I'm just really focused on the water hitting the dishes and my hand in the soap, and how grateful I am I have a dish and that I had food to eat. That for me, those moments are meditative.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be just sitting still. Walking meditation, going out in nature, like you said, one of the best things we can do for ourselves. And I meditate as I drive. I don't close my eyes.
Good thing.
But just the rhythm of the road and just allowing whatever message comes through as I'm driving miles and miles, and just saying, what do I need to know today? When we set that intention of what do I need to know, Spirit will always answer. Always, every time. If you're not hearing it, then you're probably too busy thinking, thinking or talking. But when we ask a question, it's like if we're asking a question of somebody else. We wait for that answer. We listen for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with spirit. Listen for the answer. I think that's a huge message that we're receiving today, ShaRon.
And listen with curiosity, because it may not come the way you think it's going to come. The answer always comes. Sometimes I'm experiencing the answer is there before I even know I have a question.
Good point. And sometimes we have a preconceived idea of what that answer looks like.
Or a strong desire of what we want it to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just allow whatever happens, happens. That's trust.
Yes, Teri.
How beautiful. Oh, so now I see a river. We've gone to the ocean, we've gone to the lake. I see this bubbling river just running over rocks. And it's more calm than the other two bigger bodies of water. And it's just so inviting. You see the cool water, the clear water. And I think that's also describing us and our human experience. Sometimes we're the bigger presence. Sometimes we want to make a big noise and crash in with a big wave. Sometimes we're the stillness of the lake. But sometimes we're just bubbly. Sometimes we're happy. And I think of rivers as bubbly and happy. And that's where this thought has taken me, is, those emotions that we have a choice. We have a choice if we're going to be open and allow ourselves to enjoy this thing called life. And to me, that's the river. It's just enjoying life. It's enjoying the movement of the water as it trickles in sometimes, and sometimes it gathers in a bigger place in the river. But just enjoyment. It can look different ways for different people, but me, it's like laughter. I love laughter, and laughter lifts our vibration faster than anything else. So I think the river is encouraging us all today to find that bubble inside of us. Find that giggle or that smile or the belly laugh that wants to come forth. And ShaRon, I love your laughter. I just laugh right along with you. I don't know what you're laughing at sometimes, but it's like I just sit and listen to that beautiful sound.
That's so sweet, Teri. Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, I just encourage people to laugh, because you don't know who you're going to have an effect on with that laughter.
Mm-hmm. I posted a thing the other day with my daughter when she was in softball and they just won the regional championship. And she was walking forward into whoever was taking the picture. And her head was back, and her smile was huge. And I invited people, I said, what is the best sound in the world? And it's your loved one laughing.
That is a really good place for us to be in, to end this time together today in meditation. To be in laughter, to just enjoy. Ah, I just think of the times that I spend with people along the way as I travel, and being here with you, ShaRon. Every time I've been here in your beautiful home, we laugh. It's like, yeah, we have serious moments too, but that laughter together, there's nothing like it.
Absolutely.
And it can be so simple. It can be a silly program that we watch. It can
Yes.
be, just sharing a happy moment with each other and laughing about something we did, or laughing at ourselves.
Yes.
That's the best, I think. I can do belly laughs at myself because, there's a lot of
Absolutely.
uh, friends, just enjoy this thing called life. I really think that's our message today.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Flow with it. Go with the flow.
go with the flow, get into alignment with who you truly are, and you're going to have the ocean moments. It's going to be huge, and it's going to be crashing in sometimes, or it's going to be just coming up softly on the shore. You're going to have the stillness. We all have stillness in life. And maybe you're just going to have the bubbles, but whatever it looks like, just enjoy it.
And appreciate it.
Yeah. Yes. We're coming out of the winter time, hopefully. We're coming into the season of spring anyway, whether the weather
Yes.
knows it or not. And I just think about that transition, from lying dormant and being so still in the winter time. When it's so cold outside, it's hard to just get really happy about being out there in that weather. But the spring is so inviting and so relieving after the cold. So think about that, and how do you want to approach this coming season? We are in March now, and so people are thinking about that, about new growth and new beginnings. So think about how you want this new part of the year to look for you.
Yes.
Be a happy, bubbly time, and just see the river, just see all the beautiful energy as it bubbles up, and let that take you into this season with ease and grace and enjoyment and appreciation, as ShaRon said. Appreciating that, oh my gosh, I don't have to wear that heavy winter coat anymore.
I can feel my nose again.
Right? My fingers.
Yes.
My hands get so cold in the winter time. But this has been beautiful today. Thank you, ShaRon.
Thank you, Teri, for inviting me to sit in the big chair of Ruth.
Yes, she gladly shares that chair with anyone who would like to lead meditation. And that's also something for you all to consider out there that are listening. If ever you would like to come on and guide us in a meditation, or just take us to a beautiful place inside, let us know that at Enlightened World Network. We present a meditation every day, and it's so beautiful to have that kind of ministry. And I just want to acknowledge Ruth, Dr. Ruth Anderson. If you're not familiar with her, look her up. And
Yes.
beautiful soul that just wants everybody to experience peace, love, joy in your life, and to know our Creator. So
She's awesome. She's awesome.
She really is. So, and ShaRon is an awesome lady that I admire. I just have such a love for you and admiration, and I know your heart, and I know that that heart wants people to be the best they can be here on this planet in this life.
Absolutely.
So, ShaRon, you got some stuff going on. Do you want to share with
Yeah,
us what's happening, and if anyone wants to reach out to you, how they can find you?
certainly. I know for myself, and I'm a life coach, and I know other people are just peeking into who am I and how do I care for myself in these turbulent times. So I've created a nice, easy workshop where you can be interactive with me, and it's called Self-Care Made Easy. And if you take the last two letters, it's Self-Care Me. And it's only 90 minutes every Saturday in March. So it's even easy on your schedule. And it's from 10 to 11:30 Mountain Time. So what is that? I can't do because we're getting ready to do the daylight savings time. So 10 to 11:30 Mountain Time.
Yeah, just add 2 hours for Eastern.
Until I think next week when it changes to 3 hours or something like that. But anyway, it's the same opportunity every Saturday to go in like we just did today and uncover where you would benefit from giving yourself some self-care and some new ways to care for yourself, not just your body, but your mind and emotion. And it's very easy. I have a website called The Whole Family Coaching, and you just go to shop and you'll see all the Saturdays and you may choose. And from thewholefamilycoaching.com, you can reach me as well.
And I encourage people to do that. I want you all to know her like I do, this beautiful, bright light in our world. ShaRon, I so appreciate you, and thank you for your time today. Thank you for coming on to be of service to maybe somebody that hasn't had a smile today or hasn't had a word of warmth and love. So thank you for that. And we do have people in the audience that hello, I see you, and thank you for showing up. And I pray that the meditation we did has guided you. So whether you did it along with us or you're going to do it after, let's go to a body of water in your mind. You know, the brain doesn't really know the difference if we've experienced it in person, physically or not. If we go to an ocean in our mind and we hear those beautiful waves and the sound and see it, we're experiencing it, just like we were standing there, sitting there. So I encourage you to use your visualization today and take a moment to really enjoy and listen.
Teri, did you realize that your background is the ocean today?
This is actually Lake Michigan. I know it looks like
okay.
Lake Michigan is so huge, and you really can't see the land on the other side.
But it's interesting that it's a body of water. I've been on many Zooms with you. You have beautiful variety of backgrounds, and today is a body of water.
I know. I was like, okay, angels, what do I pick for a background? I always let them decide.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was actually at one of the sites of a land blessing. We did it right here on the shores of Lake Michigan. And I'm going back there soon. I'll be in Michigan and revisit that land blessing and do a couple more there.
Awesome.
So, all right, friends, we're going to get out of here and let you get on with the rest of your day. I pray this has been a blessing for you. And stay in your heart, stay blessed, and do that connecting. Connect in with who you truly are and see what message comes through for you. We love you so much, and we appreciate you spending time with us. ShaRon, thank you, my beautiful sister. I love you.
I love you too, Teri. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone.
Bye now.